now live. The April 24th, 2015 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone. Okay. So what's happening in everybody's world today? After tax season, have we had our... Go ahead.
Taxes.
Taxes still,
Dennis. I'm getting all these complicated This one guy has this partnership with another person, and they've got this rental house, but apparently the rental house is not in the partnership's name, it's in my client's name. So I'm wondering how the partnership can have the asset,
Yeah. Right.
So and the complicate things, are actually selling the house now, so it's like, who's going to get the capital? Who's going to get the capital gain?
Right, right.
And I don't know. It's like I belong to NSA, National Society of Accountants, and NATP, and as part of my membership, I get to ask them technical questions and have them do the research. I'm going to ask them both and try to get some guidance as to how I should proceed with this.
Right. See what they say.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, Yvette and I were talking a little bit. It was really a big year for all kinds of crazy requests coming in at the last minute for me this year. People asking unreasonable and unrealistic things.
Well, I'm with my Shanghai, China client. He's trying to, I found out he got married, and he's trying to get his wife into the country, into America.
Okay.
And he hasn't done his tax returns for the last 8 or 9 years, but the immigration attorney wanted like the last 3 years, and so I had to do that. And since he's in Shanghai, they don't have the greatest, I use portals, and you can't get to his portal in Shanghai, China, so I have to email him the copies, and so I have to, put security on the
Right.
PDF.
Right.
And
so it's difficult.
So the time difference is really hard to get a hold of him. So he said he needed the returns, 2 days ago, and I'm thinking, well, should have asked me 2 weeks ago to get the. So it's been.
He was busy 2 weeks ago getting married.
Oh, he's been married for a while, I guess. I didn't realize he was married. But.
Right, right.
There we go.
Yes. And Larry left and came back. Are we having technical difficulties, Larry? Larry looks frozen.
It looks like a dragon.
Okay.
Hi, Linda. Hi. I just got home. I was on my phone for a short time, but...
Oh, were you trying to come in on your phone?
Yeah, I was, and I think I was there for like...
I thought I saw you half a second, and then you were gone.
Yeah, so that's all right.
Yvette, you know Steve Dotto that does Evernote?
Yeah.
Have you seen his course for $97?
No.
I'll copy it into the chat. I just bought it. It's like 10 lessons, and it's all these different videos.
Is this Xero?
No, this is
No. Oh, what happened? No, Steve Dotto he's a tech guy. I would post some of his
That's
stuff.
right. I've seen him too. We're losing people left and right.
Yeah, Larry. Well, he's back now. Larry. Hey, Larry, are you there?
What is going on with Google today?
Susan kind of looks frozen, or is that a picture of her?
No, she's not frozen.
Hi, Susan.
Susan, since you're new, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone? Susan laughs. Okay.
She's got a good laugh.
Look, I take my camera off and now it changes my picture back. See, just.
Ooh, I like that.
This is strange. So I was going to show myself, but I I have no makeup on today, but anyway, I was still gonna do it. Well, hello. It's nice to finally meet everyone. I am in Virginia, and I have been doing accounting and bookkeeping since I was 22 years old.
You don't look like you're that old.
Oh, yes, thank you. So, I mean, I'm back from, the old DOS people, so.
Fit right in with us.
Yeah, and I have to laugh because y'all will appreciate this. I have a new client, and the new softwares out there, Xero and Wave, how they're built. I mean, basically around the bank feeds, their product.
Right.
And I come into this and I'm going, hello, why is somebody just getting to code their transactions when they're doing the bank reconciliation? Haven't they already done that? And I'm just like, I cannot get my head around this, right?
You are with Sarah. Sarah
Huh?
Law says the same thing. Why do you need bank feeds? You should be having that information in there before it gets to the bank. You should be entering text as they're going out. You should be entering invoices and receiving payments.
Right.
All of that happens before the bank feeds come in.
Kind of after the fact.
Kind of after the Dennis has coined after the fact accounting.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm just like, man, for months I've been going, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that? I just can't understand. Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody have a need? I just don't understand this. And I said, I can't ask because I'll look like a dummy because I've been around forever, and why wouldn't I know that? So
don't be afraid to ask no question.
Like emperor has no clothes.
So I find out this client finds me because I use the software, and he's been using one of these, which is Wave, and I'm like, okay, so make a long story short, I am working on his 2013 now.
Okay.
And that software, because it is built to, basically work around the bank feed, 2013 is not available for downloads.
Right.
Actually, my bank is only 3 months, and his bank is different, and I'm getting lucky because 2014 is available, but 2013 isn't. So I'm in there trying to enter all of his transactions, of which he has 3 different businesses.
Ugh.
Of which he has separated into 2 separate Wave accounts. However, he runs all his 3 businesses through 1 checking account.
Ugh.
So you want to set them up as classes then?
Yeah, but does Wave have that?
It doesn't. Wave is so big.
You want to set that up as something else besides
Wave is like it doesn't have. It has very minimal functions.
He's way too complicated for Wave.
So
you're in the paid version?
Yeah. Pardon me?
Doesn't Wave have a paid version where you have to put up all the advertising?
No, not yet. I mean, I think they don't because I don't think there's anybody that would, and I shouldn't say this, but I really don't think there's anybody that would pay for that product as it is right now. Having been in there trying to do this, that, and the other from where I come from the beginning of the accounting process, and the product is written to work from the opposite end. I have been struggling because I can't get the bank feeds. I can't download the bank statements. I have no option but to enter the transactions. Well, when I enter the data entry, I want to use a keyboard. Well, you can't even do that in Wave because you can't use it. You know, you can't go from one field to the other. You have to go back and forth from the mouse to the keyboard, from the mouse to the keyboard. So this has been painful. What I thought was really simple has been painful, and you know, I'm not happy at all with that product. Although I will say, once we get to 2015 and I get him set up correctly with his banking and with his accounting, I do think it's going to work for him because he is out and about and he doesn't do the accounting on the front end because he's going to be generating the transactions. Actually, the bank feed will be where they get coded.
Right, right. Got
yeah.
it.
Well,
So this is the kind of client that they're actually built. You know, that product is made for is clients that are out and about who aren't sitting there doing the transactions like we do. They don't, or you know, for people that don't know accounting. So.
Right.
well, with like Xero, you can get CS. You know, you may not be able to get the download, but you can get CSV files, which you can import into Xero, then upload into the. Then it's like the same thing as a bank feed,
Yeah.
and then you just code in there. Does
Well,
Wave have that from?
they're not available 2013 and available from the bank for download.
As a CSV or an
They don't
Excel.
keep that long. Yeah, just 18 months.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
how many transactions a month? How many transactions a month are you keying in?
Well, right now, I don't have everything for 2013, and I ended up putting his disbursements from one of the companies on Excel spreadsheet, and I'm at like 300, and I'm not done yet.
Sounds like carpal tunnel problems.
Can't you upload an Excel spreadsheet to Wave? I mean, like with Xero, you can, you know, like I've actually gone in and converted PDF files into Excel, then uploaded the stuff.
Well, that was actually my plan because they said, "Oh yes, you can upload a CSV file." I said, "Okay, no problem. I'm going to plug them into Excel, you know, and then import it into Wave." No, that won't work either because their CSV file is a bank statement. It only has 3 or 4 fields it will import. So then the rest you couldn't import it with it. So I mean it was useless.
So would he consider using a different program?
No. As a matter of fact, my client didn't like my Excel spreadsheet and idea. And because I thought, well, we can sort it by vendor, we can sort it, you know, get totals by month, we can sort it however he wants to sort it. If I get an Excel, you know, we can manipulate it all around. But then I'll have something, you know, where I can just plunk a journal entry in 2013 so he can get his tax file. Well, that's weird.
The new guy that just came on.
Yeah, I don't want to bump him out yet. I mean, if he really wants to join, I'm fine with that. But
Got
if
it.
he wants to just join and disrupt us,
No, that doesn't work.
right.
So,
Dwayne's here. Yay.
so I have to go back and enter the transactions into Wave, which is very, you know, mouse keyboard. And like I said, I've got 300 now, and you know, I mean, he's still got stuff to give me.
Right.
And I don't even know how much.
So you're doing 2013, and 2014 is available at this point?
Yeah, they got 18 months at his bank that's available, so that'll help a lot. Being able to pull it in from the bank, and you know, at least the transactions will be there that you can do, or you know, you won't have all the entry.
Right.
So that should go a whole lot smoother. I'm crossing my fingers on that.
Right.
So you have until June to get 2013 together. Then you'll start losing a month at a time in 2014.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess with weight, you don't get what you don't pay for. So, um,
Well, but
Exactly.
you can always download closer in and add in, but that slows you way down on reconciling.
Yeah, you might want to just say, hey, look, it's going to take me so long to key these in that if we go with another solution, we can do the CSV and it'll go much quicker and I'll be charging you less.
go with Xero.
Well, that's that's the angle I was taking yesterday, and I said, and after now, this is when he called me and he got my first bill, and he said I had to pick myself up off the floor.
Why?
And
Why? You wait
well,
2.5
see,
years, you're a year late in filing your returns, and you want to pick yourself up off the floor when someone's actually trying to help you?
You know, Susan,
well,
when I get those kind of clients, they the kind that are always all the time talking about, oh, that's too much money. I've learned my lesson. I don't even go there anymore.
well,
One of the
yeah.
things that I've done with clients that have done that is I keep track of all my time. I actually reconciled 24 months of bank statements, and I did it in 12 hours. So that was a half an hour for each bank statement.
That is amazing, Linda.
I know. Well, part of
Amazing.
it was I had taught them how to enter the data, and they were actually entering the data the way I taught them. So it made it a lot easier to reconcile it. So I said, and you're paying me $92 an hour, so for each month, you have paid me half of $92. You've paid me $46 for every month. I think that's pretty cheap.
That's pretty amazing.
That's how I went at it. Instead of saying like, my bill's this, figure out what the bill is per month. If he was paying somebody monthly, he would have paid more than that probably.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is, you got a whole year's worth of work being done at one time. If you were paying monthly for this, it wouldn't seem like so much, but it would be more than that. And of course, we're not finished yet, but we're close. I hope. Wow. And anyway, so I mean, that's what I told him. It would be less costly for him, and we could get it done. And the point was to get his income statement done so that we could move on and get his taxes filed. And that's the route that I was going. And then he turned around after I've spent all this time this week on this Excel spreadsheet. Now he said he doesn't want to do that because he wants to be able to look up the transactions and by vendors and da 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 da. So.
Goodness, he really cares
I
about
said, okay, then that's the way I'll do it. But once it gets to 2015 and we get set up like if we're going to go with my recommendations. If he doesn't want to go with my recommendations and get set up correctly, and we start doing accounting the way it needs to be done,
right?
Then he's not going to be my client because I can't. I mean, he's just going to be telling me what to do every day, and that's not why I'm in business.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you.
Absolutely.
You're the expert, and he needs, and obviously he has not followed anyone's advice up to this point.
Right.
You don't get that far behind without knowing it.
That's the nice thing about being self-employed. You can fire clients.
Yeah, but Dennis, you can't keep doing that.
I mean, I think if I'm sorry.
Susan, the question is, are you getting paid like every $1,000? Because don't let him run up a big bill because he won't pay it.
Well, I think we're probably going to meet tomorrow because he's going to give me some more stuff, I believe, if he's able to get whatever credit card statements and stuff he was working on, go get through those. But and I sent him my bill Wednesday for last week, and then of course, I got even more hours in this week, so it's going to be even more. But I mean,
don't let
I'm going to show on there what I spent on that Excel spreadsheet, and then I'm going to show that I took it off, and then I'm going to show how much time I spent on the entry, so he can see that.
Good.
If he doesn't pay you, don't just keep going because you don't want to lose the money. I've watched people do that, and they say, well, they owe me $3,000, and I can't quit now. But then like in 6 months, they owe him $10,000. And I say, well, how many thousands of dollars are you going to spend on these people without getting paid? At some point, you have to cut losses. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's actually a good guy, and I think he's going to be a good client. And you know, if he will be open to organize himself the correct way and work the correct way, so we can get it done and work together. If not, I'm not going to just have a point of contention and, you know, do things his way just because he's been able to not do accounting so far and it's worked for him.
Right, exactly. But Linda's got a point. You wanna invoice this guy weekly at the minimum, and then tell him he can't get behind on more than 2 invoices.
Right.
Otherwise, you stop work until he catches
That's right.
up. Just a suggestion.
Oh, I agree. I'm with you there.
You know, when you're an accountant and you don't get paid, you lose twice. You lose the money, but you also lose your time, which you can never get back.
That's right.
And so I wouldn't do any more work for him until you get paid for what you've already done.
Yeah, that's my advice too.
Because you don't have any. Once you've done the work, you have absolutely no leverage.
Exactly.
In situations like this going forward, you might want to consider asking for a deposit.
Yeah, a retainer.
I did, and I've already reduced the first bill by that.
Oh, okay.
And he still complained.
Yeah.
No. Oh, look at this.
Ding it.
So we
This
have,
other guy, Gina, is blocking other people.
Yep.
this other guy is blocking people?
Yeah, blocked Dwayne
Yeah,
Johnson.
He blocked Wayne and he blocked Dennis.
No.
Okay, he's gone.
Yeah. Did you see my note on the side there that I sent you?
He's gone.
Yeah, and you know, I think he was, last night I checked since I'm the moderator, one of the moderators, who's all in our group. And he was one of them, and that other guy that originally signed up too. We need to, like, do something. Check.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what we can do.
We could check. There's a thing there that we could take him off the group.
Oh, for sure. He
Yes.
will be off the group. I've just ejected him. I don't remember what his name was, though.
Oh, I could find him. He's near the end because his different writing.
Larry's back. Yay. Larry was with people he bumped. Larry, are you there? Can you unmute?
I just came back, I think.
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
you're back. This
Ryan, are you there?
whoever he was tried to bump you off. I'm glad you were able to come back.
Yeah,
We just ejected him, and he is going to be blocked.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm glad that you were able to get back on. I was looking for a way to try and find you again.
How come Larry's in twice?
Wonder what
Am I-
happened.
Who knows?
Am I?
Well, you're there as the dragon, and then you're there as yourself.
But I'm not. I'm going to leave Larry. I'm just happy Larry could get in.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
It's saying now the pages are
7, 8.
unresponsive.
Pages are unresponsive.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
That's a little message came up and said the pages are unresponsive. Really strange.
Are you on a Mac?
No.
Because Pages
right,
is a software program on the Mac.
Let me.
I'm going to see if I can find him where he's at, and if
I got another message that says server X.
Larry?
Oh.
Well, I'm going to try and find this guy and totally block him and report him. Actually,
Yeah.
So
He may be the same one that was harassing me like crazy after.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting that we've made it this far without a lot of problems, because almost 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm surprised. But yeah, I'm searching for him now. And like I said, I have not up to this point.
Larry must be having technical
Problems.
difficulties. Yeah.
I'm sure that he is, and this guy tried to boot him off is part of what the problem is too.
Right.
So I didn't know that
Larry's on
regular.
twice.
Pardon?
Larry's on twice.
Yes.
Let me try to kill this thing. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Sorry about that, Larry. I don't see anyone else that he tried to bump off.
Are you still there, Larry?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. And we can see you, so.
Oh, okay. In my little picture, it looks like I'm frozen. In fact, it looks like everybody's frozen.
Oh no. Hopefully.
So
I got to
I still have troubles, I guess.
So.
That's a blues song.
That is a picture. Susan looks like a picture too, but a really nice picture.
It is a picture.
I was going to say it's awfully hard not to blink in 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, let's talk about Seth's hangout this
Oh,
morning.
good. All right.
QVinci. I was very impressed. It was not at all what I thought it was. I thought it was along the lines of like Qbox or Finagraph or even Correlytics, but no, this does much more. And the thing that is totally blew my mind about it is you can do a consolidated report from different platforms. Like
That I didn't know.
yes, you can have a database on QuickBooks, you can have a database on Xero, you can have an Excel spreadsheet and bring all of that in and do a consolidated trial balance.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing to me. I don't know if anybody's worked with consolidated databases before.
I have.
No, well, Sarah, we know you live in them. And know how complicated they are, even if you do have the same set of chart of accounts.
Oh, yeah.
They don't line up.
I want to really see how the mapping works.
Yeah.
Well, I've signed up already. I've already gone on and signed up. It's free. Yeah. So I plan on getting a QVinci for each one of my clients and using it as a tool in my toolbox.
Is that free thing new? Because I don't remember.
It's free until you use the consolidation.
I know. So that sounds really interesting because, like I said, if I have clients that well, like I had a board member this week who we gave them. Am I squeaking?
I think you are. Siri.
Oh, it's Dwayne.
Microphone. What's up?
It's Dwayne.
Hi, everyone. How is everyone?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay, I finally got the audio to work. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, but now we've got feedback, I think.
Really?
Do you have earplugs or headphones you can use?
Yeah, hold on.
That sounds like a bird.
There you are, Larry.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Larry's back. Yay.
Okay, so what I was thinking about while he was talking was I had a board member, a new board member, who the board reports were year-to-date March 31st, and then we always include a check registered through the date of the report, which was April 16th or something. And he said, I don't understand this, and how much money do we have? I just want to know how much money we have in the bank. So, I was pointing to it, and it's like, well, you need to go to the last, on page 7, here's how much you had in the bank. And then I thought, well, maybe I should do a regular financials, and then, see, I don't want to give anybody financials in the middle of the month because they're incomplete and they'll confuse people.
Right,
maybe a balance sheet as of the 16th so they can see where the bank and the bank bills are, maybe, I don't know. But what intrigued me about the DaVinci was if they have viewing rights to today's balance sheet, that might satisfy a lot of clients. Just what's our position today? What's our position today? Not so much the P&L because I might not be done, but You know, where are the bills? Where's the checkbook? Where's our AR? I don't know. The other thing is a lot of my clients don't use AR and AP, or they may have subsidiary programs that have all the activity, and we're just using the general ledger and accounts payable, and you can't map.
No, not at that point, no.
I know that we can do journal entries to accounts receivable accounts with just a general customer name, and that could force the activity into a true accounts receivable type account.
You know, month after month you're doing an entry, then reversing and doing an entry, and you know, that can get ugly. You have to do a reversal entry at the end of the month and a new entry at the beginning of the month, and yeah, that can be time consuming, and you have to do it too.
Yeah. So I remember the first time I looked at it, I couldn't think of any, and then it was very pricey once you really start using it. So I couldn't find any use for it, but that's an interesting idea.
Well,
for not consolidations, but just reporting.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I have a hard time getting my clients to look at reports. To be honest with you, I am my mission this year is to get my clients to look at reports and to go over those reports with them. Ideally, I want to do it once a month, but you know, I find that they want to do what they want to do, and they don't want to know anything about accounting, and reports to them is the same as accounting. I actually had a client tell me that accounting was ungodly. Now, how that can be, I haven't a clue what God has to do with
I know where that came from.
We do a lot of praying.
You know, where that came from is there was a place in the Bible in the Old Testament where King David decided he was going to take a census of how many people were in the different tribes of Israel, and God said, no, I don't want you to take an accounting. And David did it anyway, and there was a plague or a famine or something as a result. So that's where that came from. That was counting people, not money.
Ungodly accounting, that's great.
This guy was a chocolatier and made the most amazing chocolates. I mean, yeah, he went over to Switzerland and learned.
Oh, that'd be hard not to barter.
Oh, I know. And he calls me up, and actually at the time I worked across the street from him, and he says, I need my bills paid. Can you come over here and do this? Okay. So I go in, and it's an old CRT, and it's a Mac machine. Then I'm given a stack of papers. I have to even open them. They were all just thrown there in a pile, and it looks like months worth of them. So I have to, first of all, sort them because I have many of the same vendors sending the same bill over and over and over. Oh, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, that's good. Oh boy, I remember those days.
Yeah, so he was
the sorting. We'd get the sorting by alpha and try to get it all opened and sorted. Because you didn't even know what payables were, yeah.
Right. So clients hate accounting, and by default they hate reports. I want to get that changed around. I want them to love the reports, and I want it to be actually something that they can use in their business.
Well, most small clients think of accounting as that horrible thing they have to do just to get their taxes done.
Right.
And it's changing that mindset that they, if you're going to own a business, you need to know how your business is doing and use it as a tool, not as just this chore, as a means to get the tax return.
Or people that neglect it for years on end because they just don't want to do it, and you're in the position like Susan with her client.
I don't understand how, like what Sarah was saying, when, we're all business owners. I mean, I'm always looking at my numbers, pulling up this report. I even do comparisons, from this today, from last month, or from the previous year, or whatever. I'm always doing comparisons. And, and I all the time try to let my clients know. I send them over reports. I just had this conversation with a client of mine earlier today. You know, he didn't realize he knew how much money he made. He like tripled his income this year, and I kept sending him reports. I said, "Look, you're doing great this year. I mean, it's just
Be prepared for a tax bill."
That's exactly what I tell you. We had this conversation today, and I said that's why it's so important. Those reports I send you, you need to look at them. You know, we need to discuss them, because every time I send him a report, I tell him, look, you know, look at these reports, and let's set a date, a time in the day. You and I take maybe a half an hour to an hour that we can discuss these. You know, and he's a one-man shop. That's the problem, is that you know.
And he's trying to do everything.
Exactly.
You know, the analogy I use, if you think of your business as a small airplane, the accounting system is your instrument panel, and there's two things that could be wrong. One, you don't use your instrument panel at all. And two, your instrument panel is wrong, and so you run the risk of crashing your plane or your business. So it's kind of like, I always say, your accounting system can be your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on how you use it and how accurate it is.
Absolutely. When I first went into the accounting field, numbers were second nature to me, and I always, at all times, always knew my bank account balance. I don't know that there was a day that went by that I didn't know my bank account balance. And I was floored by the number of people that were running a business and did not know that. But there are many people that are out there that are running a business, and they're running it off of their bank account, and they're calling or going online to find their bank balance daily, which is wrong, because you've got those in-transit things, deposits that you've made that haven't hit the bank account, or expenses and checks that have not yet hit the bank account. So what you're seeing, you know, online isn't really a true representation of your cash position. It's you have to have accounting to do that.
Well, I have to tell you. I'm sorry, Dennis. Go ahead.
I had one crazy client that actually let his vendors charge his bank account and then would issue him the paid invoices. You know, so
that's insane.
Imagine
like giving them those.
Try to keep track of your cash flow and get other people charging your account for invoices, you know. I mean, how do you even know that they're charging the right amount, let alone let them do it?
When they're going to do it, when it's going to hit your account, you have no control over your cash at that point. Susan, go ahead. You were going to say?
Well, with this client, you know, as I just explained, he's got 3 businesses that he runs through one checking account. Then he's got another checking account that he accepts his direct deposits in, because he doesn't want to give him his regular checking, his operating basically checking account. So he direct deposits into one account, then transfers a number, not the deposit, transfers the money into his operating, and so you can't track his deposits because he hasn't given me those bank statements. And so anyway, so I've been working on a couple days, so I talked to him, and then I say, well, so, you know, he's got him 2 separate businesses in Wave, all running through the same checking account. Anyway, so I said, so how is it that you how do you reconcile your bank statement? And he says, well, I don't per se.
You don't in any way, per se or not.
You either reconcile or you don't.
Right, exactly.
How could you
the other thing is you have 60 days after you get a bank statement to let the bank know they've made a mistake.
Well,
banks do make mistakes once every 3 to 5 years.
There's nothing worse than getting behind on a bank statement and hop in thinking you're going to do 2 real quick and go, oh.
Yeah.
And then have to tell the client, oops,
that's
exactly 2 months. And,
yeah. That's exactly what this client does. He checks his bank 2-3 times a day, and he's transferring money all over the place, using lots of cash to do transactions. Which I haven't gotten to the bottom of that yet. But anyway, you know.
How could you possibly reconcile the bank account? How could you possibly reconcile the bank account? I mean, if you got half the entries on another company,
Right. Right. Exactly.
Well, that's why I was asking how he did that, how he managed to do that task. And see, I guess because he's never tried to reconcile it, he doesn't realize all the the problems it's creating. So, like I said, if he won't go along with how I recommend to set things up, and that means making some banking changes too.
Absolutely.
I don't know how I'm gonna work for him.
Does he have any employees? Does he have any employees?
But right now he does not. He subcontracts out his janitorial franchise businesses. He subcontracts it out, so they're not employees. He doesn't have any right now, so that's good. I mean, it's not complicating things. So. But
I mean, if an employee had access to his bank account, they could steal him blind. I mean, there's no way to reconcile the account,
Right. Well, sounds like he's looking at it. He may not be reconciling it, but he's...
And that's something, too, because once you get that far behind, how do you get caught up? I mean, it's really a chore. It is really a chore for somebody to do that.
It's usually not worth it, I tell him.
Well, no, it is worth it if he wants the information.
That's true, if they're going to use the information.
And if he is genuine about trying to start using an accounting system.
Right.
My problem is, I had the client from hell, I told you, the guy that had the IRS notices and patched his bank account, froze. Pardon?
Did he open the notices? A lot of clients just bring in a box of unopened.
He sent me an email to give me his contact information, and it had in the subject line, new client. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. My clients are going to be an exclusive club. They're going to
Mine are.
You're going to have to earn your way into being a client. I like Dawn Brolin's approach.
I like that.
Yeah, you have to be interested in it. And pardon?
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Before we go tonight, can everybody, I know where Dennis is from. He's from Seattle.
Yes.
Or Washington or somewhere up there. Yeah, and I know Gina's from Pennsylvania, and I think Sarah is from Florida, but I'm not sure.
No, Georgia. Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Okay. And I don't know where everybody else is from. Can y'all tell me?
I'm from California. California.
Yvette is from the Bay Area. East Bay.
And you are Linda?
I'm Linda. I'm from 60 miles due east of Los Angeles. So I'm Southern California. I'm in a place called Upland.
Upland.
Larry?
That leaves me, North Shore, Long Island, New York.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Oh, are you near Jamaica, New York?
No, the opposite side.
Okay, got it. Somebody was trying to Google Jamaica the other day on their phone, and they kept saying, something's wrong, my phone's not working right. Because he was trying to get the island of Jamaica down in the Caribbean, and he kept getting Jamaica, New York. He didn't know there was a Jamaica, New York.
That's funny.
Where are you, Susan?
I'm in Virginia.
The what?
What?
Virginia.
Yeah, but that's a big state. Where in Virginia?
Oh, I am in Prince George, Virginia, which is about 30 miles south of Richmond.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
Pretty. All those war history back there.
Yeah. Right near 95.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne, can you unmute?
Dwayne?
Where'd he go? He snuck out.
Oh, he's
from Southern California.
Like from Thousand Oaks, California?
That's where I think he's from.
I have a question before we go.
Okay.
I have to work on a client. I use log into their QBE 15, and I have to get them ready for an audit. So usually I wait till the weekend, grab their file so I can use all my accountant's tools. But that new update because I just logged in right this afternoon, and it said 6 was ready. but I don't like doing updates right out of the chute. But it's got all the accountant's tools. It's given the client all the accountant's tools.
Really?
So my question is, if I update my workstation over there, sometimes when you do an update, everybody has to update. And I don't know. I don't know if, can I go to 6 and Monday morning 15 people have to do it too?
Maybe.
I don't know.
It doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you. And I've been stung before thinking, well, I'll just do my machine and then.
Right.
Pro advisor support.
The guy named Russell in Sleater Group, he did a review of it.
Charlie.
So did Murph.
Charlie Russell, that's his name. Charlie Russell.
Charlie did it for Sleater, and Murph does it for.
Charlie is such a nice guy. I met him at QB Connect.
Oh, he is.
Wonderful person.
Super.
Yeah.
Well, I thought there was a feature in QBE or in 15 where if I have an accountant's version but I'm working in a client's file, that I could put in my credentials somehow and get the tools. Did I dream that?
No, that's true. It's under file.
But how, where, who? But I was playing with it, and I
don't remember exactly where. It's under the file menu.
Well, I'm in their account right now in the background. File.
I guess you'd want to know if they had automatic update on, right?
They must, because when I go in, it says, "Do you want to install?"
And then do they share? Do they have it set to share to everyone?
I always tell my clients, wait.
Mm-hmm. I know, but I don't want to have to fetch their copy over here. It's massive. Work on it all weekend and then have it back by Monday morning. And some of them may want to come in this weekend, so. I don't know I just have to Google it. I thought maybe one of y'all had done it before, but
I have, but I don't use it, and those things that I don't use, I lose.
You forget it.
Yeah.
I went through the menu across the top thinking it would be.
I thought it was like file and utilities.
Oh.
Something like that. Yvette, you have Enterprise.
Yes, I do. I do.
But you probably have the accountant's version, though.
Yeah, I have the accountant's version.
So I'm logged into a regular QBE.
I mean, I have all the bells and whistles, so.
Yeah, I need my bells and whistles.
Don't you have a QBE, the accountant's version, Sarah?
But I'm dialed in remotely, and my workstation there.
Well, can't you still call in to QuickBooks Help? American Help, they're in Tucson until 6.
Oh, yeah. I just thought you guys might know offhand.
Oh, got it.
How to do it.
See if you had, and if you use, you can't. Oh yeah, QBox doesn't work with Enterprise, does it, or does it?
Well, that would be a network.
That's a nightmare with 15 users.
Oh wow, yeah, no.
With all the rebooting and bumping off I got today, I kind of missed what Susan was saying. How she got her bank feeds from the bank.
She didn't.
Oh.
Susan,
I haven't, Larry. My 2013, they're not. His bank, they're only available for 18 months.
Oh.
So from now, for the past 18 months. So since I'm working on 2013, they're not available.
Okay.
So 2014, my plan is to try the bank feed and go that direction, so I won't have all the entry. And I think hopefully that's going to work, and it's going to go much smoother since that's how it's built.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm doing data entry for 2013, and it's not a good product to do data entry in. Is my whole big issue. And I'm old school. When I do data entry, I want to use the keyboard, and I don't know whoever thought using a mouse for data entry was any kind of.
Oh, you're talking about QBO?
Wave.
Oh, Wave, yeah. Because I have the same problem with QBO. It's just not built for speed or.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and then when you hit the tab key, it goes all around the goes all around, and you never know where it's going to hit when you hit the tab key, and it goes up and down and around and down. I mean, it's
Nuts at all.
Mhm.
It's meant to bring things in through the bank feeds, and if you can't do that, then it's not a good
Right.
situation.
Sounds like working on an iPad or something.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be open to switching that.
Mm.
So.
I guess I'll Google. I'll go to Mr. Google.
Yeah, I would go to Google before I try and search in their.
You've got that right.
You'll get it quicker. Yeah, it's the same for Microsoft.
Well, that just reminds me that I usually take the test, in June or, and I haven't taken the test on 15th.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I have to go. I have to call support and get the research test.
A lot of those things they have you go. Oops, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
A lot of those things they have you get down to single user mode, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
I was trying to do a TBX found another corrupt data file for a client, and so we made a meeting and I dialed it in, and there were like 15 users.
Wow.
In this QBE file, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do any data work with this. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Is that we should hang up or what?
No, sorry.
That's happening.
Sorry about
Do we have any other things that we want to talk about before we end today? Anybody have questions they want to go over? No?
No,
I just want to make a comment that I think Seth's tool today that he showed us, the QVinci, was really cool and can be very useful for certain clients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually subscribed to QVinci a couple of times, and what I found was that it was hard getting the clients interested in it. But I think it seems like it's a lot cheaper now than I remember it. In terms of, it sounds like you can get it for free if you're just doing certain basic analytics.
That wasn't. I think that's all new because I'll have to find my files and my notes when I looked at it probably a year or two ago, and I just remember it was real expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't remember anything.
Well, I have played with these kind of tools, and I'll tell you, I loved Corelytics. I really.
Is that the one that went out of business or just?
Well,
they're still around. I don't know how much they're still around.
They're not very prominent. I mean, you won't see much in the way of. I don't get any emails from them, or.
I still get things occasionally. I'm still on their list. I'm still one of their people that they talk to. But at this point, I'm afraid to use them because I'm afraid they're going to go out of business. But I loved the program. I especially loved the predictive analysis, where they gave you the trends and that you could see the trends in 6 months. That to me was like worth its weight in gold. Right. I could not get a client to come on board for anything.
Yeah.
They did not want to pay the money for it.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're too expensive for value for the client, and the clients are like to get that in Excel, can they?
Well, yeah, the client has no clue on what it would take to get that information.
Well, if you're doing flat billing, sometimes you can roll all that into your, just have enough profit rolled into your fee and just cover it, make it a service, and sometimes tools like that will let you stand out from other.
Except that you have to have a higher-end client that's doing that. You can't have a mom and pop. It's not going to work for somebody that's a solopreneur.
Yeah, it's almost a market
You need at
mismatch.
least 5 clients to do that, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like a market. It's the way QuickBooks caters to. You don't have to know anything about accounting crowd to something like Corelytics, which is geared more to serious business people that aren't
want to actually do some business analysis, want to make sure that they're on the right path, and that they are making a profit.
Like a friend of mine, says, some people run their business as kind of like a lifestyle. It's just kind of like a hobby, or
Right.
they're happy with what they're doing. And if they don't see a need for it, or they don't see a problem that they need to solve, they're not going to.
They're not going to do anything, right? And they think of, like Sarah said, accounting. Oh my gosh, I don't want to have to do anything about that until I really need to give my accountant the information to do the taxes at the end of the year, and I want to spend as little as I possibly can to get to that point.
Well, you look at these new QBO ads that they're putting on TV and on the internet. It's like you wouldn't even have a clue that you actually had to know something about accounting. It says, well, I can get my financials. Well, yeah, you can do that, but what does that mean to you? It's like.
Right. Well, this is where I think QVinci, this is why I was so excited about QVinci.
QVinci's for big, I would think. Well, no, I mean, I interrupted you, but you're talking about using it for just the...
QVinci you can use for that solopreneur, and you can use...
Post it on that, because I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. And you can use it and create the reports and give them to your clients, and they don't have to pay anymore. It can be a tool that you use, rather than having the client use it and try and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was doing.
And that's a smart idea on their side, because that gets us using it, liking it, wanting it, and then they have a new referral and resellers program that just came out. So they seem to have changed their model.
A lot, yes.
A lot.
We used to be Strictly Desktop. I remember seeing it, like on the NAN webinars, they would be talking about it, and I'm glad to see that they work with Xero too, where they're kind of agnostic about the software as opposed to wedded to a software company.
He said he can work with any accounting software as long as you can get it into the CSV and as long as they do their accounting. The client that it's
right, if it's garbage in, garbage out. That's what
is the one that does accounting.
Probably like Cube up on the web. It's probably one big data, OLAP cube that they're consolidating this information in. That'd be my guess as to how they can run it so fast.
Right, Larry.
But some of the stuff he was doing. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Larry, you had a question?
No.
Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. The dinner bell just rang.
He was saying you could put in filters to filter data out. So they must have been custom fields or something, like clients that are in a certain area and certain number of employees and all that. So it's like that. I didn't say anything, but that was real curious. Like, where are you getting those statistics in order to filter out
that information?
reports?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine that you have certain set filters, and I think they were like per area.
Yeah, this is set up. I want to see.
Yeah, see people around you. Do you want to see the whole country kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with it, getting into it.
Well, I have to go start my day since I slept all day. I was only going to lie down for a little bit, and I was like 4.5 hours later.
Yeah,
I hope you didn't, that my phone call didn't wake you.
I was in the kitchen.
Good, because you probably needed that rest.
Yeah. Do you want to call me now? We can talk now.
No, I was calling you to ask you to come on the show to see if you were coming on.
Okay. I'm here. All right.
So we are about over. Larry has gone to dinner. His dinner bell was ringing. So
I have one thing. Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Meredith Woods contacted me during the week, and I'd like to put her in touch with you. She's the one who did the Fundera.
Right.
Michelle Long and Hector Garcia's Power Hour.
Right.
She would love to join us and come on and talk about it.
Okay, I know Meredith. I know Meredith from Funding Gates.
Yeah. Oh, she moved to Fundera, huh?
We went from Funding Gates to Fundera.
Got it. I knew her from a place called Productive Learning and Leisure.
Okay.
Where you take personal growth classes. So let me forward that email on to you, Gina, and then we can see about getting her on at some point.
Sure. Would love to. Would love to have Meredith.
Great.
I'll have to go back and look through our old Hangouts too, because I think we might have had her on before as Funding Gates.
Mm.
Oh, I wonder. That would be interesting. Yeah, I can search Google and see. Very
Okay.
good. Well, have a great weekend.
Everyone have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank y'all for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming on, Susan.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Bye.